Hello, it's Anna Starkey from Prodio, and today I'm going to give you 5 tips how to organize better the structure of your production schedule. Are you ready? Let's start. So let's talk about the first 5 tips. The first tip, your idea. What is it? You might think about organization of the structure of production schedule as something very scary and complicated. But in fact, it's not. Think about it as something, as an image, as a picture you've got in your head, how you think about your production, how you feel it, how you see it, and then try to transfer it into production manufacturing software. Try to make it easy, try to make it understandable, that when you look at the production schedule, you see exactly the same blocks, the same elements you've got in your head. If it's artificial, if you don't feel it, you don't understand it, then it's not functional for you. It's not easy to understand because it's not your production. When you feel it exactly and see it, how it's in your head, the machines, the organization, and you transfer it, it's the same in the system, it's usable, it's effective because it's yours, it's your flexible, your individual production schedule. If you use when a company uses expensive ERP systems, they are not flexible. They dictate you, they tell you what to do. When you use small manufacturing software system, easy, you can transfer what's in your head into a production plan, into a production schedule. It's your plan for your company, usable only for you. The second tip, make it as simple as possible, but not too simple. Try to organize production schedule in the way that it's easy to understand. Don't focus too much on the details. So don't put every single operation, every element of a single operation, because you end up with millions of details, with loads of data, different indicators, and when you get all the results from the system, you just be snowed under papers. You have so much to analyze, you're gonna be lost. And it won't make your life simpler. It will be still hard to organize, to analyze everything. It won't be functional. Opposite, don't skip too many elements, because if you make it too simple, it won't be functional, because it won't be registering the processes you need, and it would be hard to analyze and follow because you don't have enough data, you have insufficient data to analyze. So try to keep it simple, without going into too many details, but still you need to have data to analyze, you need to have something to work with, the materials to work with. Tip number 3, focus on the key resources. By now, when you have a small manufacturing company, you know which operations, which processes, of which elements of the production process are the difficult ones, where bottlenecks appear, where holdups appear, where the production stops or there are delays, and these exactly are the key resources, the key elements you need to put on your production schedule, because these are exactly the one you got to watch out for, you have to analyze. Once you've got them on your production schedule, they are visible, you can monitor them better, and you can control what's happening. Yes, you know exactly where there's delay and why, what motivates the delay. What's more, when you actually spot those key resources, key points in your production schedule, you can monitor them better, and you can prevent the bottlenecks because you are aware, you can forecast, you can estimate, and you can manage them better. So that's tip number 3. Tip number 4, include other operations. Very often there are operations such as, for example, preparation of the documents, technical documentation, which are forgotten. They are not included in the production process, or we forget to calculate the time for those operations, and they are not then monitored properly, and the time is not calculated. You should include all these operations, for example, preparation of the machine, setting the machine, changing the form, the mold on the machine. You should include them in the process, and then you can have a full monitoring of your production process, because you can see them on the production schedule. It helps you to calculate working time better, and it helps you to know exactly what time and what's the cost, because these operations also obviously have price and they are your cost, or what's the total price of your product and what's the total production time. once you've got them there. And last but not least, tip number 5, divide into dashboard. What it means that you can, when you have your production hall, you should see it as it really is. For example, in one part of the production hall, you've got some machines, and it's a big, or maybe you have more than one even production hall, and you can divide the different shop floors, different production halls into different dashboards. That's one start, to have them at 2 different, for example, or more. Or you can, in one production hall, you can have 2 different separate ends, 2 different computers, and different machines on each computer. Or you can group the machines into dashboards. And one dashboard shows the machines from one group, or by the types of operation. Or also you can use it, for example, if you have office workers or sales departments, they can be somehow organized into one dashboard. Or operations or documentation could have on 2 separate on separate dashboards than the processes and the machines. Those tips should make your life much easier, and should also make the whole structure clearer, more transparent, and more understandable. You have to remember, this is not a scary process of some difficult hard structures. It's your production, your plan, your schedule, and it should be clear, transparent, and easy to operate. Easy for the users, easy for you, easy for your workers, easy to manage. That the data you get and the processes that are there are easy to spot and analyze. And that's how I think you should organize your production plan.